growing more upset with Jesus the longer he ignored them. And then finally, of course, what did Jesus do? After perhaps taking control of himself, Jesus stands up. And I imagine there's a hush over the crowd wanting to know what his verdict, what his ruling was going to be. Is he going to fall for the trap? Is he going to get out of it? What's going to happen here? What's going to happen to the woman? And when Jesus finally spoke, in the best Jesus way ever, he only said a few words, didn't he? But when he said them with control. He said them with authority, of course, but he said them with this control. And they were very thought-provoking words. He didn't give in to the mob mentality around him. He just said what he said. He who is without sin, you can be the first one to chuck a stone at her. And he stoops down and ignores him again. And in so doing, these people began to think about his words and their actions. And as they thought about their actions and they thought about what he had said, they began to realize, man, we're giving in to all these fleshly desires. We're wrong for doing this. This is sinful. And they begin to leave one by one until they're all gone. Why did they leave? Because they gained self-control and realized this is wrong. Now, Jesus then addresses the woman, talks to her, and what does he say to her? With kindness, fruit of the Spirit, with gentleness, another fruit of the Spirit. He says, where are your accusers? She said, there's nobody here, Lord. He said, go and sin no more. Didn't excuse what she had done. Recognizes that was a sin, and I want you to stop. Don't do that anymore. Jesus, wow. In this one story, we see a lot of the fruit of the Spirit on display. We also see a lot of those fleshly desires on display between the woman and the scribes and the Pharisees and all that. We see a lot of that taking place right here in this one story. But Jesus, being the master Lord that he is, the master teacher that he is, he puts the fruit of the Spirit on display and says, this is how you do it. This is how you have self-control. This is how you show peace and patience and love and all the other fruit of the Spirit, because it begins with having that self-control. Folks, if it had been us, would we have had that self-control? You got a mob coming up to you and mob's putting all this pressure on you. I don't know about you, but I don't like a lot of pressure put on me. Makes me nervous, makes me not think straight. Maybe I say something wrong or do something wrong. But Jesus composes himself, gains self-control, and does, of course, the right thing. And so we see how the fruit of the Spirit was working together, showing us how God began with self-control. So, of course, in the story, Jesus teaches us about self-control Spirit. And if we have self-control, it is going to help us tremendously in having the other fruit of the Spirit. It will also help us tremendously in not giving in to the desires of our flesh. That's why I think self-control might just possibly be the most important of all the fruit of the Spirit. But the question we have to ask ourselves is, how am I doing with self-control? Am I inclined to be anything that could have power over us? I mentioned addiction a little while ago. I believe there's only one thing. And I'm just not right with that. Do we feel that if we don't have God near us, then I can't function, I can't survive? I got to get my God fixed. Let's talk to God about it. Let's come to him and ask him for help in taking control of those things and putting him in control where he needs to be, because he is going to guide us in the right direction. He's going to guide us to heaven and not keep us out of it. And so this morning, if you need prayers, we want to pray for you. If you need to become a Christian, we'd love to see you become one. We'd love to see you with the Lord and to be united with him and to receive the Holy Spirit so you can begin to have the fruit of the Spirit in your life. We want self-control, we need prayer. We invite you to come up front and let us know. And we want to pray for you and do what we can to help you. And so if you need response. Without one plea, but thou